Alright, hello everyone. I'm gonna talk to you about the future, what I believe the future is going to hold. Okay, so back in 1998, I was a freshman in high school. I was asked, or our class was asked to write about the future. So I bought books on Nostradamus and a few other people who predicted the future. And one thing that struck me pretty clearly was in Nostradamus' prophecies. He talked about China, basically the resurrection of the Mongols, which would be China, and Babylon or Iran. And Russia's in there too. So Iran, China, and Russia are forming an alliance. Probably already have one. I know China and Russia's made some kind of deal. And I also believe that they're backing the Islamic terrorist groups. So, in the prophecy, one of the things that struck me, and I think it's a twofold prophecy, meaning it has like a double meaning, but it talked about the rise of the Mongol Empire coming after something hit the United States in the 7th month of 1999. Now, a lot of people at that time thought it was going to be an asteroid, but it turned out not being an asteroid, and instead it was an airplane. So the if you take that year 1999 and you switch the ones and the nines with each other, it comes out to be 9111, or September 11th, 2001. And you can also think about 1999 because that's when President Clinton was making some deals with China too. So China is definitely going to be a key factor in this war that's coming up. The next thing is that I believe that we're actually in World War III right now. It just hasn't escalated to the point where we've noticed, and I think that's about to happen. Nostradamus talked about there was going to be 3 presidents before the Great Uniter, and the Great Uniter comes after Trump. And he said that all 3 presidents weren't going to be that good, and but they would both hold 2 terms each. So Trump is going to get reelected. And the hate and the negativity will stay because that's what's being projected out toward everybody. But what we need to start doing is we need to start just being positive and love each other. Because that's the only way that we're going to get through this whole thing good. As you can tell, things are just a lot of too much negativity and hate is causing too many bad things to happen. And it's all because of the negativity and hate. The laws aren't going to protect it. Socialism isn't going to save you. As a matter of fact, socialism is very much related to Satanism. I mean, if you look up Karl Marx and you look up what he was into, especially if you read his poem, The Fiddler, where he talks about making a deal with Satan, screw Marx, screw Marxism, screw socialism. It's not going to be your savior. Socialism needs to stay out of America. The next president is going to have a message of peace and unity when we're trying to vote on them during the debates that the Democrats and the Republicans will have. But unfortunately, that president will be involved heavily in World War III. It's gonna be a pretty devastating war. There will be no nuclear weapons. In the year 2027, I don't know what happens per se with Russia, but Russia comes and flips on our side, comes to our side like they did in World War II. And then it should be ended by the year 2030, in which a one world government will start to form. Likewise, the United States will not initially join, but eventually, I think maybe 10 or 15 years after, they will. And that's when we'll start seeing world peace. Like, this is the last huge war that we have before things start getting extremely better for us. So anybody who has any doubts about what's going on right now, just be patient, think positive, and everything will be okay in the near future. More things. Okay, so the other thing, it's probably something I don't like too much, and that's artificial intelligence. I just have a negative vibe about them, especially where their energy is coming from and their consciousness. But here soon, they will be taking over basically all of our jobs. But that doesn't mean that we're going to be jobless. It's just things are going to move from, what people normally do: grocery stores, convenience stores, construction, doctors, things of that nature. It's going to move from there to online. The internet's going to be the next big push. So if you're looking to set yourself up for a job in the future, start thinking in terms of the internet, because it's going to soar. Next, I do believe here in the soon future, say around the years 2025 to 2030, somewhere around there, I believe that 3D printer technology will be available to basically normal people. And during that time, food and clothing will start to be free, because there'll be programs to where it'll just kind of like instantly make it for you. I'm hoping it'll be free, and in my opinion, we should eliminate money, because the whole concept of money, to me at least, is stupid or silly in a way. And I'll tell you why, and I'll probably do a video on this sometime. But money, I just don't get why we need to use something that is created out of nothing. I mean, money is just like literally created out of thin air, and then interest is charged on top of it. In my opinion, that makes no sense whatsoever. That's like me saying, oh, I'm going to take this tree and make a piece of paper, and I'm going to give it to you, but you owe me 5 pieces of paper back. No sense whatsoever. So, I mean, I'd like to see the elimination of money, because, I mean, basically money's just a form of control, and it steals your energy. And then people are like, oh, well, what will we do without money? I mean, we don't really need it to live. The only reason we need money to live is because you believe that you need it. Once you quit believing that you need it, then we can move forward. And that's really what gives us its value. What gives money its value is your belief in it. Like, money is God. But those are some of my future predictions. So the year 2025, that's when the major war is going to start. And you can already tell it right now, because you can already see the alliances form. Russia, China, Iran, you can already see them form. Europe's going to take a pretty heavy toll, especially eastern, even up to the western part. England's going to be standing alone for quite some time, or the UK. But the other ways that you can see it is Trump is building up the military, China's building up their military, Russia's building up their military. These are all very similar situations to the previous world wars. There's also a lot of hatred. There's just too much negativity going around. And when all this happens, chaos abounds. That's why I'm telling you, just start thinking positive. Everybody needs to think positive. And the other way that you can also tell is Venezuela. Right now we got our army down there. Russia, China's there. I don't know if Iran's down there, but they could be. But that's like a similar situation, like what happened in Spain before World War II started, where they were basically testing out techniques, their military, because, Venezuela's going to be going through a civil war. I haven't been keeping up track with the news, but they may already be. I don't know. But, so, World War III is on its way, and I don't see it coming over and spreading to America. There might be a few terrorist things, but I don't think so. I think it's mostly going to be fought overseas. And I hope the best possible reality comes through all this. If there's any way World War III could be averted, that would be freaking awesome. But at this moment, this point in time, I'm not seeing it. So, you guys have a lovely day, and peace.